Hey guys, welcome back to the Off Campus podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the drama with YouTube's biggest star, Pewdiepie. And also, we're going to be talking a little bit about the recent happenings with Milo Yiannopoulos.
Okay, so you're the uh, you're the one who's looked into this the most. What's going on with PewDiePie?
So, from what I understand, that he's made a few, I haven't seen all of the videos, but he's made a few videos where he has made a few Nazi jokes involving him going on a website where you can pay people to do things, and these dudes held up a sign that said "Death to all Jews," and it was a joke. It was like you could tell that he wasn't serious. It was satire,
Hmm.
but then the media jumps down his throat, and places like the Wall Street Journal look through all of his videos, find every evidence possible that he's anti-Semitic or Nazi, and contact Disney to have his TV show canceled. And so
Hmm.
Disney went through with it and canceled it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched PewDiePie in forever,
Yeah.
but I've seen just like I've watched a few of his more recent videos. He's definitely changed a lot since I last saw him, but yeah, like PewDiePie being a neo-Nazi. That's like saying Alex Jones is mentally sane. It's yeah, like how this has gained any traction, I don't know. But yeah, I've seen on like Snapchat and shit, like a bunch of stories. I haven't even bothered to read any of them because they're all just such clickbait. You know, PewDiePie, new white supremacist icon. I'm like, would any white supremacist really like look up to PewDiePie as like a leader? You know, no.
I mean, to someone who's never seen his videos, it could be plausible because they don't. But if you are part of his audience, you know that that's not true.
Yeah, yeah,
PewDiePie
like
is a
just
gateway drug.
PewDiePie. It only takes one. But yeah, if you just do a Google search, like he is like the least neo-Nazi-ish person. But okay, but yeah. So so what do you guys like make of this whole media attack on him? Yeah.
I've seen all these like theories that it's because these news companies, he's the most popular YouTuber and he gets way more views than they do. So they're trying to take him
Yeah.
down and bring their views up, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Um I was actually because we were talking about doing this, I actually saw a video from someone I'm subscribed to. Um Armored Skeptic pretty much summed this up perfectly, and I'm just gonna say what he said. He said, "Old media is kind of losing out to new media, like the alternative media, and they realize that, so old media is kind of like a dying animal, and just like any dying animal, they're starting to act irrationally and just attack whatever they can as like a defense mechanism. I mean, I think Skeptic really hit it on the head right there. I mean, I couldn't say it better.
Yeah. Especially liberal
Okay,
media, it seems like.
yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about Milo Yiannopoulos and the recent events that have occurred with him. And so there's been an article leaked. Apparently, it was from a while ago, but someone just leaked it now of him saying some pro pedophilia comments, and it caused like a major outcry. So many news stations picked it up, so many media outlets, and his book deal that he had actually got canceled, and he ended up resigning from his job at Breitbart.
Hmm.
I find it interesting because, like, just from what I've seen, there's a lot of video clips just over the past year or so of him kind of making comments that hint towards it. Yet no one's really cared until, like, the past week or so. Like just because he's gotten so much more popular,
Yeah,
and now
no
people
one.
care.
They just picked up on it and they made it into a story.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there another thing where Lena Dunham had a book where she talked about molesting her sister or something, and that didn't get canceled?
Yeah, the media obviously didn't do a story on that because they love Lena Dunham, and that got
Or they're just
published.
homophobic. They're just homophobic. God. And he's British, xenophobic too. Such bigots.
And then there's the
Gosh.
whole thing of him being actually a victim of pedophilia. He's not an actual pedophile, he's a victim of pedophilia.
Yeah, talking about being a victim is a lot different than like promoting being the aggressor.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
it's weird because like he tries to rationalize it away though. Like anytime he brings up like the fact that he was molested by his Catholic priest, um, like he just kind of rationalizes it away and says, "Oh no, it wasn't molestation. It's fine. There are good relations that young boys can have with older men, and it's very cringy. But I don't know.
yeah,
Like
Because some
maybe it's
people are
yeah,
just a coping
so,
mechanism, but I don't know.
yeah, they're just so like
maybe.
brainwashed and it's like hurt them so bad that they have to find
Yeah,
a way to justify it.
yeah, it definitely could be a coping mechanism. Yeah, I didn't know it was a priest. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, I
Father
was gonna say
Michael.
maybe. Yeah, yeah. In that case, it's probably coping mechanism. I was gonna say before, like knowing Milo, how he's like a professional, like provocateur, as he puts it. Like honestly, you can't take half of the stuff he says like too seriously. Like
Hmm.
he just kind of says stuff to get a reaction. But yeah, if that's the case, it's probably coping.
Definitely. What was I going to say? I had something else to say. Um, so he lost his job. He resigned. He didn't get fired.
Yeah.
Um,
It's interesting to see like the split in the alternative right that's happening at the moment though.
Hmm.
Because there's like some people that will still try and defend him. And then there's like another segment that's just become like extremely homophobic within the past week.
oh, I didn't know
Wow.
about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's very kind of sad. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any major figures kind of on each side? Like I know Richard Spencer is like a big name in the alt right.
yeah,
Is there anyone
definitely.
else?
Richard
Yeah, who's
Spencer
on?
would be on the side against Milo, definitely.
Yeah,
But then again, this is the guy who published an article about like black genocide. So
yeah, yeah.
I
I
saw
just saw.
something. Oh, you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say like pretty much all I've seen of Richard Spencer was that one speech where he talked about being white is being a conqueror, being white is being superior. He was talking about the media, die Lügenpresse, the lying press, and people were literally just like doing the Nazi salute.
yeah. And
And yeah,
and he's a self-professed identitarian.
oh geez, yeah. What's identitarianism? Because yeah, some people may not know.
Identity politics for the alternative right.
Okay.
So like white
Uh,
nationalist kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So we got SJWs on one side of identity politics and alt right on the other. Wonderful. They're both
I like.
stupid.
I saw this thing on like the complete other side, on like the SJW side, and it was like the ethics of punching a Nazi. And like how Richard Spencer was he the guy that got punched? There's
Yeah.
like the video of him getting punched.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, there's like no question about the ethics of punching a Nazi. Like, just do it. Like, they're like, that's not even a question. Like, it's okay to punch a Nazi. It's like, you really think that you punching someone is gonna like make them change their minds? Oh yeah, I'm not a Nazi anymore. Someone punched me.
Yeah, if anything, it's just going to strengthen their conviction. Like it follows this thing called the backfire effect. It happens through violence, but like as well as other things. Like Bill Nye was talking about, I think it was climate change, but just he said in general, whenever you have someone entrenched in a belief system and then you provide contrary evidence, a lot of the time the backfire effect takes place where they become even more adamant in their defense of that false belief, and you have to like it's a slow process to get them to overcome that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
from like a tactical
punching,
standpoint, it's a bad idea. But
yeah,
I still think like anyone who honestly believes that all black people should just be wiped out from the face of the earth and we need to reinstate
yeah,
the Holocaust deserves to be fucking punched in the face. Bash the
yeah,
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like yeah. I mean, knowing SJWs, like you could be like, I'm 51% German, they're like Nazi, but yeah, like yeah, this guy. I'm kind of the mindset of I wouldn't do it if anyone was watching. I wouldn't like advocate it, but if it happens, just look the other way. All right,
But at the same
yeah,
time,
that's
it's
too
like
far.
just because you like disagree with someone, you're gonna punch them. It's like, yeah, they
Yeah,
think horrible things, but like, do they deserve to like? Because it's like violence being the answer.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm just
the
yeah.
the way I look at it is that you know, constitutionally speaking, you have free speech. At like as far as I know, the only restrictions you cannot say you're going to assassinate a public official or popular political figure like the president.
Hmm.
You can't shout fire in a crowded movie theater for safety concerns. And another form of speech that's not protected is that which incites violence. So Richard Spencer saying black people should be wiped out incites violence and literally incites genocide. So
Yeah,
that you could argue that that is not constitutionally protected speech. So
yeah. It's not.
getting a
It's
little
not.
technical there, but
It is like it's definitely like, as to use their word, like hate speech. Like I would classify that as hate speech, but like that doesn't mean violence is the answer. You know.
yeah, no, it's not the answer. Definitely, like it's not going to get them to change. But someone who's like entrenched this far, are they really ever going to change? Like, I mean, if they would, it would take years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Some
So
people
Because like
just
to
aren't
get to that
convinced.
point, yeah,
yeah,
to honestly think like that, you must be like brainwashed.
yeah, it's like Dylan Roof was never going to change his mind. Like,
Who's
like
that?
yeah, Dylan Roof was the guy who shot 9 people in a black church in Charleston. Yeah,
Okay, I yeah.
Dylan. Yeah, he was sentenced to death. Like Dylan Roof is never going to change his mind. Like, no, no, like jihadists like al Baghdadi, they're not going to change their minds. So, I mean, on one hand, as long as it's constitutionally protected speech, you know, obviously, as Chomsky said, if you don't believe in freedom of expression for those you despise, you don't believe in it at all. But I feel once you go beyond constitutionally protected speech, there should be some ramifications. Getting punched in the face, okay, maybe not, but I mean, when you're literally promoting a genocide, something's got to happen.
Yeah.
Like you can't just treat him as like that guy on the side of the road who's like the world's gonna end. That's a serious threat.
You're a friendly neighborhood Nazi.
Yeah, friendly and Nazi. That's an interesting combo.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He just thinks all Jews should be dead. Other than that, he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we've pretty much wrapped it up. Media's attack on PewDiePie is just a defense mechanism. Just they know they're dying out and they're just becoming irrational. Yeah, Milo's got canceled because I honestly think it's mainly because he's conservative. Like that, I honestly think that's what it is. Because like he's foreign and gay. Like like liberal media eats that shit up.
Except a lot
But
of the
because he's a
attacks are coming from conservative media as well, like the Blaze.
yeah Hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
He just has a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the right wing, they don't like the fact that he's gay. On the left wing, they don't like the fact that he's a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, he's not in a good boat right now. And I guess we're including Richard Spencer in this video. Should you bash the fash or not? So yeah, I guess this is this episode, and we'll see you again next week.